Kenya in Eastern Africa is an important country in the protection of biodiversity. But the increasing poverty of the population puts pressure on the natural wonders and life support systems of the country. Kenya's important bird areas are home to several rare and endangered species, such as the Sharpe's Longclaw and Jackson's Widowbird. But their important breeding areas are threatened. Nature Kenya is working with Birdlife Denmark on a project to eradicate poverty and protect nature. They have established local site support groups near several of these important bird areas to improve the protection of the natural wildlife. One of these areas is the grassland of the Kinangop Highlands. A key site of the project and an important area for the conservation of rare birds, such as the Sharpe's Longclaw, that only live here in the central highlands of Kenya. The Sharpe's Longclaw prefers short grass but needs the tussock grasses to build its nest. If it can't find this habitat, it cannot reproduce. But the tussock grasses are disappearing as a result of human activities such as farming. This may well lead to the extinction of the species. The Kinangop Plateau used to be covered with tussocky grassland and only few trees. The valleys were dominated by grassy bogs and swamps. The inhabitants lived from dairy farming, but for the last 50 years, large areas of the land have increasingly been plowed for cultivation of mainly maize, wheat, cabbage and potatoes. And the tussock grasslands on which the Sharpe's Longclaw depends for its survival have been removed. The aim of Nature Kenya and Birdlife Denmark's project is to increase the local farmers' income in a way that protects nature and gives the local population a greater understanding on how to protect their natural environment. The locals will learn land management that favors the species of this grassland and provides better economic return from livestock. Nature Kenya and the local site support groups have initiated a project to develop income-generating activities for poor groups in the local communities. One of these activities focuses on training local members of the site support group Friends of the Kinangop Plateau to make wool products from sheep's wool. In the Njabini wool spinning workshop, members of the local site support group have for many years been carefully processing wool. The wool is bought from local farmers who have realized that it is worthwhile to change from conventional farming to sheep rearing, thus benefiting the Sharpe's Longclaw.
Many farmers are happy with the project because rather more so in the sheep rearing. Because formerly they didn't have a market for the sheep, for their wool. But now, because we purchase most of the wool from them, they are happy. They make a lot of money out of their sheep. So they are happy rearing sheep.
One of the products or byproducts of this sheep is mutton, good quality mutton, high quality mutton, as well as good wool. So, where we cooperate with the Friends of Kinangop organization, we sell wool to them. So we just talk with them. They come and share our sheep, and then we sell them the wool as a byproduct.
Raising sheep leaves the land much more extensively managed than farming. Sheep graze, and by doing so they keep the grass short and leave plenty of tussocks, where the Sharpe's Longclaw can thrive. Intensive farming, on the other hand, converts the grassland completely, thus pushing out the biodiversity. Apart from income-generating activities, the site support group also focuses on teaching the importance of protecting nature and its biodiversity. The Eco-Resource Center on the other side of the Kinangop Plateau is an educational center where school classes can learn about the importance of nature conservation. These children will be deciding the fate of the Kinangop Plateau, and it is important that they get an understanding of why it's necessary to protect their grassland and take a sustainable stand. Conservation efforts are also taking place in the area around Mount Kenya, the second highest mountain in Africa. Just like in Kinangop, the local site support groups here are heavily involved in various activities with the aim of using the remaining natural resources in a sustainable way. One of the favorite activities are beekeeping. Mr. Julius and Mrs. Jennifer May have been involved with beekeeping for a number of years, and the results have been overwhelming. Apart from being able to make a living from the honey they collect, they have also been inspiring other farmers in the area to follow their example and start beekeeping instead of traditional farming.
Normally we are benefiting a lot in these beekeeping activities. Particularly we are getting our crops pollinated by the bees, and we get a lot of harvests when there is a pollination.
The project is very good. It is giving us honey. Children are taking the honey, even women. I'm even encouraging other women to join us as a gender equality. Our plants are pollinating through this beekeeping, and I'm still mobilizing other communities to join us so that we go on with this project.
A short distance away, Gladve Igivara and Daniel and Doria process the honey. Apart from being able to distill the honey the best possible way, they also need to be able to read the behavior of the bees. The site support group is now training more and more farmers in the art of beekeeping and honey processing. Tourism is also an important source of income. The site support group has trained guides that will make money from ecotourism on Mount Kenya.
Ecotourism, we have been able to train about 100 guides, and the 100 guides, we have about 67 are male and about 33 they are women. And the guides, they were earning about 400 shillings when they were not trained. But now that they have been trained, they are earning 1,000 Kenya shilling a day, which have, we would say, the training helped them to be more professional than the way they were. We have a nature trail, and the nature trail is about 3 hours walk, and the nature trails earns our group some money because the clients who come here, they take the nature trail and we charge like 500 shillings, 200 shillings for children to go through our nature trail. We have about 5 guides that are permanently, they can be called and come and take people for nature trails.
Apart from beekeeping, education and ecotourism, the site support group also gives training in gardening. Harrison Rito is a true expert in this, and his garden is a sight to behold as compared to many other gardens in Kenya. Harrison makes sure that everything is done sustainably, so he can harvest again and again. He also makes sure to use as many indigenous plants and flowers as possible, and is making the best use of the water available. The efforts of the Friends of the Kinangop and the Mount Kenya Biodiversity Conservation Group, as well as the tireless efforts of many other site support groups in Kenya, are invaluable in the work to protect the natural resources and biodiversity, while at the same time ensuring the participating people and communities can improve their livelihoods.
Over the last 8 years, we have witnessed significant change in the ability of people in Kinangop to protect the grassland, the habitat that the Sharpe Longclaw depends on, which provides a guarantee that even in the next 100 years, the Sharpe Longclaw can be found. And with the work of the Friends of Kinangop Plateau, working with the farmers to promote livestock keeping through wool spinning, sheep, which depend on the grass that is needed by the Sharpe Longclaw, is an economic gain to the people, while the Sharpe Longclaw rides on that economic gain. If that can be kept on the ground with the farmers keeping sheep and engaging in wool spinning and making money from sheep, with the Sharpe Longclaw surviving, then we do expect in the long run the habitat available for the Sharpe Longclaw will be that which guarantees perpetual existence of the Sharpe Longclaw.
Much have been built and achieved through this project, And Nature Kenya and Birdlife Denmark expect that the future will bring many more achievements for the benefits of the people and the threatened species like the Sharpe's Longclaw.